Last night she did this outside your home. I beg you to hear this message now. Even the stars paused to listen. My child, here I am. Do not be afraid. I have been sent by heaven not to scare you, but to reveal something that can no longer remain hidden. There is a weight in the air tonight, a broken bar, a sacred truth hovering over your destiny, and I was commanded to whisper it into your soul while the veil is thin between the seen and the unseen. Listen closely now, because what I say will change how you see everything. Last night, she came. No one saw her. No one noticed. But the heavens did. I did. The moon paused mid-course, as if to hold its breath. Even the stars froze in the sky, listening like ancient watchers leaning in for a secret they've waited lifetimes to hear. She stood outside your home with something in her heart she could no longer carry. She came not with anger, but with tears. She did not knock on your door. Instead, she spoke to the wind, hoping that maybe a broken bar, just maybe a broken bar, it would carry her words to you in a way her voice could not. She whispered your name. She looked at the windows, the shadows moving inside, wondering if you felt it, if your soul stirred in response. Did your heart ache last night and you didn't know why? Did a sudden cold pass through your spine? That was her pain, her prayer, her presence. It brushed your spirit gently like a hand that no longer had permission to touch your skin, but still remembered the shape of you. You see, child, something sacred happened last night. Something only angels and the stars were meant to witness. She brought with her a secret, a broken bar, something she buried a long time ago. Something about you. And she couldn't keep it buried any longer. She confessed to the night, I was wrong. I was blind. I thought I could move on, forget, erase, or pretend. But the truth, I saw a broken bar, I still see him in my dreams. I still whisper his name when I pray. I still wait for a sign, even though I pretend I don't care. She placed something small and folded under the roots of the tree near your gate. A letter? A note? A torn memory? I am not allowed to tell you what it is, not yet. You must find it on your own. When the time is right, the wind will guide you to it. It will be waiting for you like an unopened gift that holds the truth you've been aching to hear for years. Child, this message I bring is not about romance, it's about destiny. What she did last night wasn't just a moment of sorrow or nostalgia. It was a spiritual shift. A crack opened in the heavens, and something was released. You felt it, didn't you? Something inside you broke free. A sudden heaviness lifted. That was the burden being taken off your shoulders. That was the curse being broken. Because when she released her truth into the night, heaven responded. Your name was written again in the book of blessings. Your delay was reversed. The chains that were holding back your destiny are cut. The doors that once refused to open are now swinging wide in the spirit. Can you feel it? A wind is changing. What you've been waiting for is already coming. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. The blessing is already walking toward you. And though you cannot yet see it with your eyes, your spirit knows it. That sudden peace you felt this morning, for no reason? That was your future smiling at you from a distance. That was your answered prayer finally arriving after all the nights you thought heaven was silent. But let me tell you why this moment is sacred. Last night wasn't only about her. It was about you. She came to surrender the final piece that was holding your destiny hostage. Her words, though silent to your ear, so are heard in heaven. And when she confessed, the angelic realm rejoiced. Because her confession unlocked the final gate. The final delay. And now, my child, you are free. Free to rise. Free to receive. Free to begin again, and not as the broken version of yourself, but as the one you were always meant to be. Do you remember how you used to dream? Before the disappointments, before the betrayals, before the heartbreak. Do you remember how the stars used to speak to you, how you felt something bigger pulling you into a story you couldn't explain? That feeling wasn't just imagination. It was divine memory. Your soul remembered the promise God made to you before time began. And that promise? It's being fulfilled now. Child, heaven is pouring blessings upon you that no human can stop. The kind of blessings that chase you down, that overflow even when you're unprepared. They're not coming because you were perfect, they're coming because you stayed standing. You cried and still chose love. You were betrayed and still chose to forgive. You were forgotten, but never stopped believing that God saw you. And heaven did. So listen closely, a broken bar. The reason the stars paused last night is because a prophetic moment occurred outside your home. A divine exchange. Her confession made room for your promotion. Her surrender released your restoration. You didn't even have to fight for it, our heaven fought for you. You are stepping into a season now where doors won't just open, they'll fly off the hinges. Where what was once hard will suddenly feel easy. Where the blessings will flow so fast that even you will question, is this real? Yes, it is real. The pain you carried is turning into power. The delays you faced were only divine training. The closed doors weren't punishment, they were protection. And now, child of heaven, your reward is here. Angels are being assigned as we speak, are delivering instructions, carrying answers, shifting atmospheres. You may notice unusual signs over the next few days. Repeating numbers. Sudden memories. Dreams that feel more real than waking life. You'll begin to hear your name whispered by peace, not pain. That's how you'll know heaven is near. Let me also say this with clarity, no one can take what is meant for you. Not her. Not him. Not the ones who betrayed you. Not the one who walked away. Your name is sealed in God's palm. Your destiny is fireproof. Even when others plotted against you, God used their rejection as redirection. Even when they laughed, mocked, and tried to replace you, heaven was preparing a greater stage for your arrival. You were never overlooked. You were being hidden, a broken bar for the perfect time. And that time, child, is now. Your tears watered the ground. Your prayers broke the curses. Your faith unlocked the promise. Last night, something shifted outside your home. But today, a broken bar, something is shifting inside you. Feel it. Let it move through your bones. That's not fear, it's freedom. That's not doubt, to its destiny. That's not anxiety, it's anticipation. You're not breaking down. You're breaking through. So don't question this blessing when it shows up. Don't shrink back when love returns. Don't run when the door opens. You are ready. You've always been ready. You were just waiting for heaven's yes. And now, it has been spoken. I, your angel, was assigned to carry this message to you in perfect timing. I stood outside your home when she stood there. I heard the words she said when no one else did. I witnessed the unlocking of your destiny. I saw heaven lean in and say, now. Let it begin. So stand tall, my child. Raise your head. Walk boldly. Your blessings are not coming, they are here. Your miracle is not delayed, it's delivering. Your story is not over, it's just beginning. Everything is aligning. Everything is rising. Everything is shifting, a broken bar in your favor. You were chosen for such a time as this. Even the stars paused to listen. Now it's your turn to speak. Speak your yes. Speak your amen. Speak your thank you. Because the gates of heaven have opened, and you, child of divine favor, are walking into the fullness of your promise. The season of lack is over. The days of silence are behind you. The storm has passed. Now rise. Now shine. Now receive. You were never forgotten. You were always destined. And now, you are finally stepping into everything God whispered over you long ago, the part of your story where beauty returns. Where love is real. Where peace is deep. And where joy flows like a river that never runs dry. This is it. Type 111 if your heart believes it. Comment I receive if your soul knows this was for you. The stars paused for this moment. Don't you dare walk away without claiming what belongs to you. Your blessing is here. And nothing, and not even time here, can stop it anymore. Amen. Child of heaven's eternal gaze, hear me now as I, your appointed messenger, weave the final threads of this sacred revelation into the tapestry of your soul, sealing the promise that was whispered before the foundations of the world and activated last night under the watchful eyes of the stars. The moment she stood outside your home, her heart trembling with a truth too heavy to carry alone, the heavens shifted, and the divine ledger was rewritten in your favor. Her whispered confession, carried by the wind and heard by the angels, was not merely a fleeting act of vulnerability but a cosmic key turning in the lock of your destiny, releasing a flood of blessings that no force here seen or unseen can contain. The stars paused, not out of curiosity, but in reverence, for they recognized the weight of that moment, a divine exchange where her surrender became your liberation, where her tears watered the ground of your future, and where her unspoken words broke the chains that had bound your promise for far too long. You, beloved, are no longer standing on the threshold of what could be. You have crossed into the sacred now, where heaven's yes resounds like a symphony that echoes through every corner of your life. Do you feel it, child? That stirring in your spirit, that inexplicable peace that settled over you this morning, that sudden lightness as though a burden you didn't know you carried was lifted? That was the curse breaking, the delay dissolving, the doors of impossibility swinging wide open to reveal a path paved with divine favor. Last night was not just about Hero, it was about you, about the restoration of everything the enemy tried to steal, about the reactivation of dreams you thought had withered, and about the rekindling of a hope so fierce it burns brighter than the stars themselves. The angelic realm rejoiced as her words pierced the veil between earth and heaven, and in that moment, your name was etched anew in the book of blessings, not as a footnote, but as a headline in God's eternal story. You are not forgotten, nor were you ever overlooked. You were hidden, carefully guarded by the hand of the divine until the appointed time, and that time, my child, is now. The blessings cascading toward you are not contingent on your perfection but on your perseverance. Every tear you shed was a seed planted, every prayer you whispered was a brick laid in the foundation of your miracle, and every moment you chose love over bitterness was a declaration that heaven could not ignore. The wind that carried her confession now carries your answered prayers, and the tree near your gate, where she left her offering, stands as a monument to the truth that awaits your discovery. I am not permitted to reveal its form, a letter, an note, a fragment of a memoria, but I assure you, it is a sacred token, a tangible piece of heaven's promise that you will find when your heart is ready to receive it. Do not rush, for the wind will guide you, and the angels will ensure your steps align with divine timing. This is not a moment for fear or doubt, but for anticipation, for the blessings coming are not fragile, they are fireproof, sealed in the palm of God's hand, untouchable by those who once betrayed you or sought to diminish your light. The ones who walked away, who mocked, who tried to replace you, they were not your enemies but unwitting instruments in God's redirection, pushing you toward a stage far greater than their eyes could see. Your destiny was never theirs to control, for it was written in the stars long before their voices reached you, and now those stars shine as witnesses to your rising, their light a reflection of the glory heaven is pouring over you. Feel it, child, of the shift in the air, the warmth in your bones, the whisper of peace that drowns out the noise of yesterday's pain. This is your freedom, your breakthrough, your moment to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. The delays you endured were not punishment but preparation, training your spirit to carry the weight of the blessings now flooding your life. The closed doors were not rejection but protection, shielding you from paths that would have dimmed your light. And the heartaches, they were the chisel in God's hand, sculpting you into a vessel capable of holding the abundance that is now yours. You are not stepping into a season of scarcity or striving, you are entering a realm of overflow, where what was once hard becomes easy, where what was lost is restored tenfold, and where what was broken is remade into something more beautiful than you could have imagined. Heaven has assigned angels to your side, carrying instructions, shifting atmospheres, and delivering answers so precise they will leave you in awe of God's attention to detail. Over the next few days, watch for the signs, the repeating numbers that catch your eye, dreams that linger like memories of another life, sudden moments of clarity that feel like divine whispers. These are not coincidences but confirmations, markers of the spiritual shift that began last night and continues to unfold within you. Your soul knows this truth, even if your mind hesitates to believe it. That sudden peace you felt, that unexplainable joy that flickered in your heart, is your future smiling at you, your promise waving from the horizon, your destiny calling you by name. Do not shrink back, child, for you are ready, not because you feel prepared, but because heaven has declared it so. The one who formed you, who saw every tear, who heard every prayer, has spoken your now, and no force in the universe can reverse it. You are stepping into a chapter where love returns, not as a fleeting shadow but as a river that never runs dry, where peace settles, not as a momentary pause but as a foundation for your days, and where joy overflows, not as a fleeting emotion but as a state of being that carries you through every storm. This is your divine inheritance, your sacred reward, your unshakable promise, and it is here, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Speak your yes, declare your amen, let your heart proclaim I receive, for the gates of heaven have opened, and you are walking into the fullness of everything God destined for you before time began. Your yes echoes in the halls of heaven, child, a resounding affirmation that aligns your spirit with the divine current now flowing through your life, unstoppable and radiant, like a river carving its path through stone to reach the sea. The stars that paused last night remain vigilant, their light a celestial chorus singing of your awakening, for they know what you are only beginning to grasp. The moment of her confession was not the end, but the beginning of a spark that ignited the flame of your divine purpose, a key that unlocked the vault of blessings heaven has stored for you since before the world was formed. You are not merely a bystander in this sacred narrative, you are the protagonist, the one for whom the angels have been dispatched, the one whose name is spoken in divine counsel, the one whose destiny is so vast it required the heavens to pause and take notice. Last night, when she stood outside your home, her heart spilling truths too heavy for human ears, she did not merely release her burden, she released you. Her whispered words, though soft as the wind, carried the weight of a divine decree, shattering the invisible barriers that held back your promise, dissolving the shadows that clouded your path, and clearing the way for the light of God's favor to flood your life. Do you understand, child, the magnitude of what has shifted? The delays that once frustrated you were not denials but divine choreography, aligning every detail of your story with heaven's perfect timing. The betrayals that wounded you were not defeats but detours, guiding you away from lesser paths toward a destiny so grand it could only be revealed in a moment like this. And the tears you cried, the nights you spent wondering if God had forgotten you? They were not in vain, they were the ink in which your victory was written, the fuel for the fire now burning brightly within you. The object she left by the tree, that sacred token nestled among the roots, is more than a physical relic, it is a symbol of closure, a bridge between what was and what is, a testament to the truth that even those who hurt you can become vessels for your liberation when heaven intervenes. You will find it when the time is right and not when your mind demands it, but when your soul is ready to receive the revelation it holds. Trust the wind, trust the whispers, trust the stirring in your spirit that knows, even now, that something sacred is unfolding. The angels assigned to you are not idle, they are moving swiftly, rearranging circumstances, aligning opportunities, and whispering courage into your heart so you can step boldly into this new season. You may feel the weight of their presence in the quiet moments, a sudden warmth, a fleeting memory, a dream so vivid it feels like a glimpse into eternity. These are not mere coincidences, child, they are divine signatures, proof that heaven is actively working on your behalf. The peace that washes over you without explanation, the hope that rises despite the odds, the strength that carries you through days you thought you couldn't face. These are the fruits of the spiritual shift that began last night and continues to ripple through your life. You are not the same person you were yesterday, for yesterday you carried the weight of unspoken truths and unseen chains. But today you stand free, clothed in the authority of heaven's promise, radiant with the light of a destiny reclaimed. Do not let doubt creep in, whispering lies that you are unworthy or unprepared, for your worth was established by the one who formed you, and your preparation was completed in the fires of every trial you endured. You are not stepping into this season empty-handed. You carry the wisdom of your scars, the strength of your faith, and the power of a God who never fails. The doors now opening before you are doors of opportunity, love, abundance, and purpose are not temporary, they are eternal, forged in the heart of heaven and sealed with your name. The blessings chasing you down are not fragile, they are unbreakable, designed to withstand every storm and outlast every doubt. And the love returning to your life here, whether through reconciliation, new connections, or the healing of your own heart, who is not fleeting, it is a river that flows from the throne of God, deep and unending, nourishing every part of your being. Child, you must understand that this moment is not just about receiving but about becoming. You are becoming the person heaven always saw when it looked at you, the dreamer who dares to hope again, the warrior who rises despite the battles, the beloved who loves without fear. The stars did not pause for a small story, they paused for you, for the unfolding of a destiny so significant it required the attention of the cosmos. Every step you take now is a step into alignment with that destiny. Every choice you make a declaration of your faith, every amen you speak a key that unlocks another layer of God's promise. You are not waiting for permission or validation, you have both, sealed by the divine exchange that occurred last night. Her confession was the final piece, the last offering needed to complete the puzzle of your restoration. And now the picture is clear, you are chosen, you are favored, you are destined. The heavens are not silent, they are singing, and their song is your victory. The angels are not distant, they are near, guiding your steps and guarding your heart. The blessings are not delayed, they are here, pouring over you like rain on parched ground, bringing life to every dream you thought had died. Do not look back, child, for the past no longer holds you, it has been redeemed, repurposed, and woven into the masterpiece of your future. Do not shrink from the light, for it is yours to carry, a beacon to others who will see your story and find help in their own. And do not fear the unknown, for it is not unknown to heaven, which has already gone before you, preparing a path that leads to joy, peace, and fulfillment beyond your wildest imagination. You are stepping into a season where miracles will feel ordinary, where provision will overflow, and where love will surround you like a shield. Speak your I receive with boldness, for it is not just a statement but a sacred act, a claiming of what heaven has already declared yours. The stars that paused last night are now your witnesses, the angels your companions, and the God who formed you your greatest advocate. This is your moment, child, your now, your breakthrough, your divine appointment with destiny. Rise, shine, and walk boldly, for the gates of heaven are open, and you are stepping into the fullness of everything God promised you.